Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It's time for another episode of the Infinity Creators. We're back after a long little break. We're working on some stuff for you. We got some solo surprises. We got some things to show you. We got some great things to talk about today. Uh, Once again, I can't do the show without my co-host, Mr. Ted Collect. DJ, how you doing, sir?
Very good. Happy to be back and excited to show off some things.
Definitely. And then let's welcome our guest, Mr. Donmanart from Instagram, but also in the Legion of Valorverse Facebook group as well. Welcome, sir.
Thanks for your invitation. Really happy to be here and practice my English.
No worry, we got you all the way. We won't let you fail out here. We'll be out there in the middle of the ocean just trying to where's life raft? We got you.
Okay,
Hey,
thank
hey Andrew M, how you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Today was a lot going on. I know everybody was super excited about the Marvel Legends Hasbro panel that was up today. A lot of good stuff. We had a live stream. If you didn't see it, you can go back and check it out. It is up on the YouTube page as well. But definitely go take a look at it. We had a good time during the live stream. And then we'll be back on Friday for the Infinity Equation podcast show uh, with Mr. Jones himself, Chris Jones. Can't wait to have him on the show. Uh, if you're new here, definitely hit the like and subscribe button for us. Helps us build up our numbers and see some good content as well too. So let's just hop into it. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling this week?
Um,
you.
I'm enjoying that it's the first day that has been frigid outside. I'm not a fan of the cold. I'd much rather
Exactly.
be blazing fire outside than, it'd be rainy or cold.
Very true. Yes, I was happy that was kind of warm for a good day that I can enjoy, go outside and kind of feel like the air. Uh, I mean, how do you feeling, sir? How's you say you're down in Colombia, correct? So what's the weather
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
down there?
Well, here, here is the weather is a mysterious thing because some days it's a really sun, a big sun, but some days rain as hell. That you feel that uh, you're gonna that you need to swim to go someplace. So, well, today,
Oh, we lost him.
To
Uh
the
oh,
feet.
then
I
we
think the
lost him.
weather just changed, Donald. I was going to say, it kind of reminds me of Colorado. It's one of those places where you say, wait 30 minutes and the weather will change. But I
Exactly.
think his is a bit more severe.
I think because he actually knocked us full. So hopefully he'll be joining back with us in a few. There he is. He's back. He's back.
yeah, sorry.
Welcome back. You're fine.
I get excited. I was talking about the weather, and the world punished me. Yeah, so
Very nice. Well, we're glad to have you here. I'm glad you could join us. Like I said, like I told you before we start, I wanted to get you on for a while because your work has been speaking for itself. Um,
thanks.
what you've been providing to the community through your Patreon is very well done work. I know I printed out some of your head sculpts that you printed that you've been putting out through Patreon. Uh, Now I can say this: I don't have like that level of subscription where I can sell them, so I
Okay.
haven't been selling them, but I haven't given them away for free. I print them up and I give them away for free, so I don't take no cash value on them.
Oh, it's okay.
You still get my money from me on the Patreon.
Oh, it's okay. Well, my really dream is that everyone gets my sculpts. Yeah, well, the money is really good to make, but I don't know. I live in Colombia and get some things is really difficult, right? So you cannot go to a Target or a Walmart and find all the action figures that you want. So when I started on Menard, I was thinking that okay, I know that a lot of U.S. American people will be able to get it. But when I start Patreon, I'm really happy when I see people from Russia, from Portugal, from different kind of countries that they get my sculpts and they say the same. Oh, I always want to buy, like, I don't know. When I go to the collector groups, they say, "Oh, I'm sad because I went to the Walmart and don't find that kind of action figure." We don't have a target. We can't get.
Never even
We
had the
don't.
opportunity.
Right.
Yeah, we didn't have that opportunity. So that's why I always want to make people have the opportunity to get the stuff or my stuff, right?
That's good. I'm glad they are able to. We got a super chat from Blake. Thank you, Blake. He says, thanks for the midday stream. Thank you for the super chat, and you're welcome. This is one of those rare days where you get a double dose of Infinity Equation shows in one day.
One day, a
And let me
twenty four
tell you,
seven operation.
right? You would think that, but I'm not doing a double dose ever again because I'm about to ready to go take a nap at this point.
Oh yeah, the D&D session right after this. So it's going to be
Oh man,
busy
yeah.
evening.
Uh, Thank you, Quizmon. He says, "What's up, everybody? What's going on?" Wait for Vegeta as well says hello all. So Dominic, I know you say you because you say you don't have any like Targets or any WalMarts down there, and you want everybody to have a chance to get like head sculpts or like figure like get the figures that they kind of like wishing they had or wanting.
Yeah.
Um, what kind of where did you kind of start with this? Like, what kind of got you pushing into this direction of like saying, "Hey, let me try doing my own designs and head sculpts."
Well, that's a really interesting story. Well, um, I work. I had a company that distributes action figures and different kind of stuff here in Colombia and in Latin America, and I was the chief marketing. And I get tired. I work here with different companies doing marketing stuff like Coca-Cola in Colombia, like Disney here in Colombia, and I get tired of that. So at the beginning of the last year, I sell my company, and I said, okay, I will take like a few months of vacations. I don't wanna think in work in anything, and I start sculpting in Reno. I don't know if you know Reno 3D,
Yep.
and I start doing just guns for my action figures. My father gave me a 3D printer, so I start doing guns and posted in different places. And people say, "Oh, your guns are really good. Can I get the file?" And I say, "Okay, I send you the file." And they say, "Okay, no, I don't want that you give me. I want to pay for them." And I say, "Okay, pay me something." Yeah. And then I start making more, and I start learning ZBrush, and I've been doing this like 9 months, and now is my current job. I work with in commissions, well, patrons really well, and I make some money in CG Trader, Codes, and different stores. So that's how I get here. And well, the most important thing was like 9 or 10 months that a company called me to be their marketing chief from there, and they offered me really good money. And I was with my girlfriend, and she told me, "You really want to do that because you're really happy doing your action figure stuff." And I say, "Yeah, I don't want this job." I regret the next day because I don't. I just made like $10 a month at that time. So I say, "Oh, why I don't take that job?" But now I'm really happy. I really enjoy what I do. I really happy all the people that I meet, and that's my story and how I start sculpting and do this.
Nice. I'm gonna bring up some of your work here. Yeah, it's gonna start from like when you first start on Instagram. So I know how most people get, like, can you skip all this? But we're not gonna skip over it because you gotta show everybody where everybody starts from to where they got to now.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
first things were I sell some prints here in Colombia.
Mhm.
So if you see all the first ones are in Spanish, then I just get to sell files. Well, I always print and sell some things here in Colombia, but that's
It gets
how
hard to
I
keep up.
started. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. You see there in Spanish everything at the beginning, but now I around the world, so it's better.
That must be an amazing feeling.
yeah. I, and looking at something like looking at what you're offering is very on par, and I think it's a very reasonable price for like the weapons and the head sculpts that you do offer. Uh, what like I guess if somebody was wanting to start in getting into this, what would be like your suggestion of how they can like kind of start kind of getting into making 3D stuff and then kind of trying to sell it as well on their
Well,
end?
I think that the most important thing is to be constant. And sometimes I know a lot of people that try to start, and at the beginning you are not be perfect. You are not gonna have really good stuff at the beginning because you are learning, right? So my advice always is practice every day. I I study like 2 or 3 hours per day. Then I practice two and another 3 hours per day. So I every day doing this. I think that every day I learn something different. I make more detailed things every day. When I compare my first sculpts with the new ones, I say, okay, well, the first ones was not the best ones, but okay, I can continue doing this. So I think that my advice is not something like, okay, just get ZBrush or Blender. No, it's that get in mind that you need to start at everyday practice, or if you practice, you are gonna get more. Will be easier if you practice every day or
Absolutely.
Yeah,
continuously, right?
yeah,
Everything you said, very, very relatable. As I learned to sculpt on my own, and just looking back at some of my old stuff, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so blocky and everything. And now I can just make things as smooth as butter if I want, and add all sorts of intricate details. And oh yes, it looks amazing, like the woven hat and such. But like you said, you just have to keep putting forth the time. And what I always like to think of is once I feel I've really gained like an understanding of a new tool in there. I try to figure out what's a new thing to create that is going to challenge me to learn more, like another aspect of how to use ZBrush or Blender or whatever your tool set is. But always trying to think like, okay, yeah, as I'm sure you probably went through, you made a cap. Okay, well, how can we make this cap look like it is woven and as realistic as you did? That's you just keep finding that next step to achieve.
Yeah, that's true. And I don't know why, but always the the worst critics are from ourselves, right? When you start doing something, that doesn't look good. There is some of my first sculpts that I hated, but people love it. So I said, okay, not always you need to be so perfectionist. There is some things that just make the jump that people say, okay, I like it, I don't like it, because sometimes people just want to be so perfect that they never show what they do. So
Mhm.
that's my advice too. Show people, ask people if they have some advice to you or something.
Oh, absolutely. Because and I
yeah.
feel like it helps relieve that sensation of yeah, you're absolutely right. You're your own worst critic, and when you go and show people, now you can finally know. You can like is if you don't think that thing is right, they'll tell you right now, and then hopefully better yet, they'll say maybe if you do this or that, they'll give you the idea, the inspiration, what what to make it better. But yeah, but don't yeah, you can't hide your art forever. The best thing to do is to share it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And you done very well in sharing your art. Like I'm not gonna lie, I appreciate it very much.
Oh, I'm blown away by this this one.
Yeah, that sculpt is not mine. I just painted. That's why
Oh.
I call personal project.
Mm, mm.
Because yeah, for example, something that was really difficult to me was to understand how this works in the market because um, well, the way that works all here in Colombia is so different. People don't valorate the art things, the things that you do with your hands or 3D or that kind of stuff. And in other hand, the license, because people at the beginning when you go here, you don't understand that okay, you cannot use this because this is mine or this looks like something that I made. That was really difficult at the beginning for me, but then I start meeting people. I have some kind of problems with other people because they said, "Oh, this is mine," and I said, "No, I have all doing it. I can send you all." And I don't know. That's something that I made the other advice is that this is something like a lot of people takes too personal, and a lot of people will make a really big mess for something that maybe will be small, and they don't talk with you and say something to you like, "Okay, you really stole my stuff," and you can say, "No, I don't. Well, we can talk like an adults."
Mhm.
And that was a really thing that I learned in not a good way for say it, but it's something that all people need to think and be prepared to be in this market.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
completely understand what you mean because there's still things the same there that I'll download from other people and print for myself and paint for myself, and then I'm like mindful, like, do I want to share a picture because I don't want to give like some sort of wrong impression, and then need
Right.
to make sure to tag this person or let them know whatever. It's like, hey, no, this is personal. I just as much as you all love doing it once in a while, I like to not have to make the sausage. I like to just download it and print it and enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's always good with that because I there's stuff that I find on a bunch of websites. I'm like, ooh, that looks like something fun to print. Let me just go ahead and print that out. And just show it off and be like, hey, look at I got to print. This is kind of cool. And then like, oh, is that your? No, it's not mine. I can't like. And then when somebody asks you like, well, can you print me one? I'm like,
Yeah, it's a like odd in between thing. It's like, you could pay for resin and use my printer, maybe. I don't know. It's like here, yeah, like that's the unfortunate is like trying to definitely navigate those that the best you can.
exactly. Yeah, it's just it's a weird thing. Like I don't like doing that because I don't like selling other people's work without their permission. Um,
Absolutely.
like I rather get the whoever created their permission and split the money with them like 50-50 if they're fine with that. I and if I don't know who the creator is, I just be like, yeah, I can just print it for free. I I mean, you just pay for the shipping, but I can't charge you for it because it's not mine.
Yep, yep, yep.
Yeah, that's something that is a thing that is not a uh, a standard rules because when you go to CG Trader there are some rules. When you go to Colt there is another rule. When you go
Mhm.
to ArtStation there is another rule. So
Mhm.
I don't know. I try to don't think too much about that when I make my sculpts. Well, when I saw people that they sell my prints, and I say, okay, if you are selling just one, it's okay. I don't have a problem. If you are making a lot of money and you don't have the license, okay, I don't make a big mess. I don't like when people make the a post in Instagram. Oh, he stole me. I prefer to talk first. Oh, let's work in something.
Oh yeah.
If you, yeah, it's better talk like adults because I think that maybe I don't think that they do that being bad people. Maybe they don't know. Maybe they don't understand some rules as I had before. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Just try to
Yeah,
figure out something where make sure everyone walks away happy and understands. Yeah,
exactly.
no, yeah, no one's here to try to step on toes. We're just trying to make our toys that much cooler.
Yep.
yeah,
I think it's harder that way just because of so like we've seen a lot in where like if you somebody does a head cast and then somebody recasts it on their own, and it's kind of hard to stop people from doing that unless you see somebody like hey, that's mine, can you not like do that?
yeah.
Have you really run into that? It's where you see like somebody maybe like got a file from you and then just like printing out like multiples and starts making like all this money on it, and they're just like, I'm not for like I'm not going to pay you for it, I already paid you for it.
Yeah, well, I think that as 3D sculptor and all that I learned in marketing and before, I think that uh, it's better if you concentrate to do better things month after month or every time. If you focus just in one person that okay, he sell my stuff and you're gonna be tired all the time. So I don't like to fight or that kind of stuff. I just focus to do and learn more to do better sculpts to make more things that people like or love. So I don't know. That's my way of thinking. I
I
I
think,
don't
yeah,
know
it's a
if
healthy
it's
way.
good or
Focus
wrong.
on the parts that are
Yeah,
working. You know, the things are like, hey, everything about this is going right. I'm just going to keep making that go right. Like, if you're getting the results you want, that's the goal.
yeah, makes sense. I was just curious because if that happens, like how do you feel about that, Dom? Like I was just kind of curious of what your thoughts were on it, but you said and that makes sense. That really does make sense. Um, the way you explained it is to kind of keep going. Uh, Now, is there anything that kind of influenced you to make like certain heads, like head sculpts that you've been doing lately? Is there like saying like, hey, I've seen this on TV, maybe I can make a head sculpt like this, or or a book or somewhere? Yep, we can't hear you. Sorry.
Now,
There. You
now, I think to tell you something before because when I sold I sold well when I sell my company a year ago was because I hate marketing, but I can't. I need to when I start this. I said I will never do marketing again, but now I always do marketing to do this, right? Because I need to research, okay, what shows are coming, what movies are coming, what people are talking, what people want, what other sculptors are doing. For example, I really like when people buy stuff from other sculptors and make customs with my sculpts, and they mix and they talk, okay, figure gear do this and Orobus do this and Donmanart do this, and I make this awesome custom, right?
right.
So yeah, I research a lot. Okay, what is coming? What people like now? What is not in the market? Like, for example, when Peacemaker starts, and in the last episodes, I see a lot of people doing Peacemaker heads, but I don't see anybody doing White Dragon. And I say, okay, that character is hateful, but nobody has a head skull. Why not
Mhm.
have a head skull of him? Or yeah, it's a lot of research and marketing behind the stuff that I do.
Gotcha.
I hope someone makes a sculpt of that cow.
will be will be some. I don't know, that cow scares me a little bit, so I don't know if I want to do uh, a
Oh,
heads.
I cannot wait for their season 2 got approved. Yeah,
Yes. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah,
Season
yeah,
two
yeah.
was approved.
oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I cannot. That was so much fun. That was a very, very fun. But James Gunn, so what do you expect?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then him.
I hear the intro all the time. I always when I work, I it's the playlist of Peacemaker here in the house. Something that.
Yeah, Rochelle would do the intro dance every time.
Do you remember what they said?
Yeah. That's that's something really really good.
Yo, the intro to Peacemaker is the best thing I've seen in a long time as a fan of TV. Like, yeah, oh my goodness, it's just so awesome. Greg has a question for you. He says, Diamond, today Hasbro revealed Quake slash Maria Hill on the new Shriek body. Two heads that might be cool are homages for Melinda May and Daisy Johnson from ABC's Agents of Shields.
How do we work with that? Oh yeah, well, actually today I was seeing when we talk that Marvel reveals a lot of action figures. I always say, okay, this head it's really cool, or I can do in different inspiration or something that, as I told you before, yeah, I can do something of the Maria Hill maybe,
Yeah.
or maybe cool Melinda May. Yeah, why not? I can. I always want to do some different kind of stuff.
Blake says a screaming head for Siren would sell if you can do that.
Okay. Yeah. Siren is it's for
That is for
what?
the maggot build a figure wave.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because everybody's kind of like she's got like that windswept hair. It's just like stuck to the side, like this way, and that's it. But everybody's kind of like hoping for like it would have like a screaming like face for like her Sonic
I'm
screaming.
thinking, yeah, her screaming with that other effect you have in front of it would look pretty nice.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
still trying to perfect it. That's the thing.
can I ask you something? When there's
Sure.
a Instagram, Twitter, dark horror scene is from you or
I'm
on
sorry.
the
I'm sorry. Sorry. Greg is right. It's from the Bone Breaker wave. I could pull it up for you. Give me one moment.
I don't know. I don't know if people see dark horror scene or you want to put my Instagram or something. I don't know. That I see. It's your Instagram and Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
Oh,
yeah,
mine's
yeah. No, I got it. No, got it. No,
all right.
it was a weird question. Yeah, you can continue show my stuff. Sorry.
Yeah, I
Now you're
saw
good.
the white dragon head.
Yeah. Let me put it back up here. Yeah. When I seen this, I was like, oh man. I was like, this man's going all out. Yeah, definitely
Oh
this.
man,
Yeah.
that's very good. That's yes. You know, another good thing you could do. I guess you would call it people with saggy pillow sheet heads, and those you could put on almost any body that's just in street clothes and looks like a bunch of goons to go along
Yep.
with that dragon.
Uh, I was those would be good, but these like your March releases. Woo!
Yeah, that's the March releases. All the.
These are some heavy hitters right here. I'm telling you, like when March comes, I'm getting printed, but you're gonna be printing again. You got General Thunderbolt Ross. You got now. Is this off the new Batman movie or is this like the Batman?
Well, was an inspiration of the new Batman
Okay.
because when with the mask, you cannot see Robert Pattinson. So I just call an inspiration from Batman, but all the details are inspired on the new Batman, the Pattinson. So it's an inspiration on the new Batman. I always say inspiration or fan art or inspired by because I don't want
Yep.
to have Disney or Warner here on
Right.
my door saying something. I always say, oh, it's my inspiration. It's my right.
Right.
Mhm.
Um, And then another cool thing is you got dog tags. Now I know these dog tags will be great with some Action Force figures.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
that the
I actually I just the only action figure that I saw that have dog tags it's Meyer Blood from GI Joe. I
mhm.
don't see any other one, so I said, okay, maybe a dog tags will be really cool for people to have it.
Oh yeah, definitely because I could see a couple Action Force figures with these dog tags on them. And work their way in there. And then your Stormtrooper heads. Wow, like have these. If somebody's got some like a great little dio and have some like beat ups, like paint these up real well and like beat up because I can't paint for nothing. I'm not gonna lie to you folks. I cannot paint. Don't ask me to paint anything. I can't paint. I'm the worst painter out
Okay.
there. I try to paint my own stuff and it looks horrendous. But set these up like beat up Stormtrooper heads on like a nice little dial.
Hmm.
You have something there. You definitely have something there. But all this work, and then you got Buzz. You're doing Buzzer. Excuse me, inspired by Buzzer from GI Joe.
Yeah, yeah. It's an inspiration house, bro. It's not buzzer. It's an inspiration.
Greg says the dog tags have me curious how they will scale on Marvel Legends, Joe's, and Action Force. Is a piece we really need and can only get off of John Cena. From what my experience is, I printed Diamond stuff. His stuff scales very well with 6-inch Marvel Legends Action Force. So,
Yeah.
I think the head, I think because of the ball pegs that are on the Action Force, the heads you might have to finagle a little bit. Am I correct on that, Diamond? Because like the heads you have to finagle a little bit because it's a different uh
Oh,
peg
ball
for
peg.
the action. Yeah, for the Action
Yeah,
Force figure.
I'm waiting for my Action Force figure, so
Okay.
I don't know if they fit. I saw a picture of someone that put a picture that I use in my head sculpt. Was you right? Yeah, you put a picture with my inspiration of another GAU figure. Yeah,
Yes.
and you write that fits really that well looks really well. I don't know if they fits. I always try to do a peg that fits with almost all the action figures, but uh, I don't know if people know that all the ball pegs are different. So maybe
Uh,
when they print or do something, they need to adapt the heads, but all almost all will works well. Yeah, but sometimes you need to do something else to make that they work well.
yeah. I think it was a tad. I think the ball pegs on Action Force on the bodies were just a little bit smaller than regular ball pegs, so it was a tad. It was like it fits on there just fine. It's just a little bit loose on there. So I think if it's made if somebody's printing it out, they just make it a tad bit bigger, it would be fine. We can
Ah,
get away with it.
nice.
Greg says your General Ross heads are great and makes me think of Elliot Lee's story in the Legion right now. Would have been an excellent heat for his Russian colonel.
Okay, awesome.
Uh,
That's cool.
but then you're also offering in March. You have the normal Stormtrooper head, the damaged version, and then you have a damaged version too, which is pretty nice. And I like the way that you change it up and like how each one is damaged in a certain way. Uh, so it's definitely something to great look forward to. And then you have the bat inspired by the Batman, which
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, that just inspired me for one that I wonder if anyone ever made the figure, but was it Hank Venture? I think we need a Hank Venture bat.
Yes.
That's
Oh
one of my
yes.
favorite characters of all time, and I would love. I might just have to take myself up on it.
Venture Brother figures. Oh my goodness, that'd be awesome. And then you're doing Footloose, inspired by Footloose, Jungle Specialist from GI Joe. Looks really well. Now I'm not gonna lie because I'm not deep into the GI Joe lore, so some of these characters I don't know who they are.
Okay, that's cool. I think that now GI Joe has or again the love of the people because well, for a while you don't see anything about GI Joe, but with the
Hmm.
classified line, a lot of people get into it, and a lot of 6-inch collectors get into it because they are making a lot of really good stuff. I don't know. I love GI Joe since I was a kid, so it's my biggest. For now, it's a dream to do something inspired by GI Joe, so it's really good.
And then you have the dog tags and the jungle helmet as well that you're offering.
Yeah.
Uh, the commando knife, which looks really well. Yo, you got me salivating right now to print all this out. Like I'm ready to do this. Like, and then this is good for like the Red Hawks out there. You got General Admiral Ross, inspired by General Ross. You have version 1 and a version 2 of it. That is true. Somebody needs to come out with like a general character, like a general figure.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking about. It's like, yeah, you're doing a good job of just being able to flesh out a military presence and be able to have like
Yeah.
some of those, like just even the simple. What comes to mind is like award ceremonies or the meetings. So like, okay, nukes are about to strike, so you're gonna have just a handful of those head people, and
Yep.
then of course. From there, you want some rank and file, some privates and things. But yeah, every year that we don't have like that type of thing out there, I'm just shocked. I feel like we're gonna start to get more and more of it, especially as people like Donman himself. That just it's. I feel like it's growing. They're starting to catch up with demand because they're seeing people make it, and they're like, oh well, we're clearly missing. We're leaving money on the table.
Right. You know, I think this will look good on Carrick's body.
On which one? Sorry.
Carrick from Action Force.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm waiting for mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this will look great on a Carrick body. I would love to see this on that this head sculpt on that body because I think without it would be the general without the hat, but I think he would kind of have that build underneath, like that kind of beefy build underneath it. His when he's not his fatigues and clothes and regular clothes. Bones PhD says definitely going to need to get some of these Joe inspired heads, and then you have Jedi Killer inspired by Darth Maul.
you
Now,
know,
I'm just curious, what makes this one different than the one that Hasbro has already released?
I don't know. I'm trying to do a good expression because well, before they launched the last one, I think that was a week ago. I
Mhm.
was working on the head sculpt, then they launched it, and I said, "Oh fuck, they launched it." But I know that a lot of people, when the action figures they get it, they don't like the paint and they don't like the head sculpt, so they had the action figure and they want just change the head. So I said, okay, I get it right now. That's why I make the bust. The next picture you can see my first bust, because I said, okay, I can do something more, not just the head. I can make the bust. And the other thing that I always thought when I make the my head sculpts, it's all the people can get the Darmal, because when you go Amazon or Big Bag Toys or other platforms to buy it, or people like me that we can't go to a store to buy it, maybe it will be easier to have or to make a custom, right? So
Right.
that's why sometimes when I see that Hasbro release the Dharma, I want to buy it, but was difficult to me because in Amazon they're gone really fast, and I said, okay, that's why sometimes I make things that, yeah, the brands release this, but not all the people can get it. So maybe they can make a custom or something.
Absolutely. And
Yeah,
what's that? Greg, yeah, just mentioning about the benefit of doing the raised detailing like you did on his face, is it really helps with paint apps and making it pop.
yeah. I didn't think about that too. Yeah, because
Yeah, that's one of my favorite cheat codes because
yeah,
you can go by with like a side edge of a brush and it'll
Yeah,
usually catch that
I
and
I
highlight
have
it.
I have here the test screen. I can show you. Let me give me a second.
And I was just in general, like the ball, it's a good head, the spiky style head where there's going to be customizers who are like, I just need some goons, and I want someone to be like punk and create. Yes.
yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness.
This is my test screen that I made
Yeah,
for
and,
him.
and even in that, like you got like even if you're doing like so now you have different color like different Dathomir, the Brotherhood of Dathomir as well.
Mhm,
The GameStop exclusive figures, like you can get different head sculpts now
mhm.
on them. So if you want to buy multiple, now you can just go ahead and put these heads on them, and now you got multiple like
You
different
named it.
ones.
Yep.
So that works out really well. Um, and this one that you have available, the Commando head. Uh, I know you've been work like these mass heads work so well, and they look so good. And I like, and also another thing is that I like what you do with your Patreon is you actually kind of poll and listen to like the like everybody who is how can I best say it? You listen to the fans, you listen to your customers, and ask them questions to see what works and what doesn't work. And that's one thing I think that's more needed, and kind of like when doing things like this, when you, especially when you have like a Patreon when you're selling stuff, you're like, hey, what would you like to see more of, like Marvel Legends, GI Joes, or like just my own creations. And I like how you do like you put that poll out there and kind of connect. What made you like kind of do that as well?
Well, I think that it's a lot of the marketing thing that I learned before, and I don't know. I think that something that I really enjoy of this is to make friends, feel and the people feel that they are. I want that the people feel that they are part of this. Yeah, maybe I'm the sculptor, but you guys that are on my Patreon or not in my Patreon, just in my Instagram, that tell me, oh, I really always want this, or I thanks for doing that, or for more, I can research, I can have the idea of, okay, the Batman is coming, I can make a Batman. But it's better when I talk with the people that really pay for this, that really enjoy this. It's more, I don't know, it's something that you learn more talking with the people, asking them what they want, what they want to see, what they want to make. Yeah, I always um, thought about that. That's why I always send to the patrons asking what else do you want to see? What else? What other things do you want to make? And the other thing that I love is when they send me pictures of the things that they do. I always ask, "Can I use your picture?" Because it's like see my sculpts using by other people. They create their own characters.
Yeah,
I don't know. I love that. I really love to see that.
It's an amazing feeling,
yeah.
absolutely. But
I understand because I got a little hype when D Amazing used one of my stuff. I was like, "Oh man, D Amazing's using it!" I was like, "Oh, let me get over there. Let me get that. Give me a little tap dance." You're like,
yep,
ugh,
yep.
You're like, ugh. It's just like you. It does make you feel good. Like,
I see my little rat traps in the back of Floosh Veebs.
yep, exactly. You're like, oh, you just like you gotta get up, just like you want to just do a little dance. You're like, it's fine. But it it feels good like when you create something and you see people enjoying it. Is that's definitely the best part about it. Uh,
Yeah.
it's just that feeling you get. You just like, man, like I made something that people gonna love. They love it. I love it. They
Yeah.
enjoying it. It's just like,
Yeah, and I sometimes I thought they do that with my sculpt. My sculpt just I'm not really good painting, but when I see people painting and make really awesome pictures, I say, oh, that's my sculpt. I can't believe it, right? Because I see here gray, I see here just uh, plain colors, but when they make some awesome stuff, I say, oh, that's why I do this. That's the reason to continue doing this.
and it's great. And we appreciate it. Trust me, we truly do appreciate it. Uh, Now, question for you, sir. The next dog you make, you gonna put some joints in them?
Well, as I told you, it's it's not difficult to make the joints or
Mm,
the articulations. The most difficult thing is that all people get the same feeling when they print it, because as I told you before, not all people have uh, the newest or the best printer. Not all people use the same resin. Not all people use PLA, and I don't want people get frustrated when they make something articulated. Oh, mine doesn't work really well or something. That's
right.
why I'm continue working to make something that I want that people feels really good when they say, "Oh, I printed this action figure," and when I paint it, or if I don't paint it, it's my action figure, right? So
Yeah.
that's the as I told you, I can show people. I make this test print of the action figure that I showed before on my Instagram that I'm working on. And the bigger problem is that okay, it works for me in the articulation because I have a printer, I have the most expensive resin, but not all the people can have that. So I want something that everyone can have.
Now, if you don't mind, which resin do you use when you like when you were doing the test print on that? Which resin were you using for that?
I use Resin. Resin. Let me check here. I always use Resin.
It's we found it. We
Yeah.
found the gold because yeah,
Oh,
me and Dante have been talking about this one for a few weeks after,
yeah.
and everywhere we go, it's just been wonderful things.
Yeah, I was telling him before we started. I was like, yeah, it's like DJ said, like resin. I was like, and I couldn't remember which number it was. I think it was like number 70. I was like, I think it's number 70.
Yeah, I was using
Yeah,
some M58 and then F70. I think, or it's 70 or 69, whatever is the one like the mid flex.
Yeah, I think
yeah,
yeah, 69 is the flexible one. Yeah, that's the one I use for anything I do flex.
yeah. Well, for I recommend, for example, for head sculpts, I recommend M70,
Mhm.
70. Yeah, M70 because the details are amazing. And if you want to do something more with articulation or something that you are gonna move, is M58. They are not cheap. It's comparing with all Lego resins or other kind of resins, the price is almost the double, but the details are really good ones, right?
Trying to see
So
if
that,
I can get this close enough where you can see. But yeah, this was printed with M58, and you can see I made like wood patterns into it. I'm trying to find some more. Oh,
awesome, really
and
cool
even with
stuff.
the oh, I have a better one. So two parts here. We got a um, gosh, I'm terrible at this. We have a revolver. What's
Yeah,
that? And then I was like, how do I take that a step further? Well, I make the removable chamber, and then I don't know if this is going to show well. They're removable bullets. There's little.
Oh, really? You have
Yeah,
a small bullets
the
to put
small
in there.
bullets that go in it.
Yeah.
If I didn't knock them all away, I have a little tiny one. Let's see if I can get on the tip of my finger. But yeah, it is absolutely silly, but it was kind of like you were talking about earlier. It's you work on the skill and you keep honing it and figure out where can I take it further, where can I take it further, and that's where that one came up. And I'm very happy with how it turned out, and
I'll show
hopefully
you
we'll
this.
be figuring out how to get that out to you guys.
So here's the holster.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. And then so there's little loops. The bullets can fit into that. There are I made a few different sizes of bullets as well.
Oh
Um,
God.
And
and
just
then
kind of see if I can. It fits. I think we have to make downsize it a little bit because
oh
the width.
no, yeah. I was gonna say
Yeah.
the waist one. I realized, yeah, that's the width for the shoulder strap one. Yeah, I think like the Hulk can strap that.
Okay.
So I'll have to adjust that one. But the rifle, I've that printed out, and that one seems to work pretty well. I got it here on a Wolverine. The man clearly equipped to handle a two-armed rifle, and it's similar. I don't know if the light's gonna show, but there's some of those that have bullets tucked in them. That's up in the corner. I can't do this. And yeah, we got the holster and little X-ray vision.
I have to go back to my clear resin and see what I can do.
It took forever, but I'm very happy with these settings. I'll send them over for you for the Tenacious because there's just nowhere listed online. So
Right.
we might put that on the link tree also, if maybe as some of our settings recommendations. But yeah, I printed that. I have another one. I don't know if I should show it now or show later.
You sure now?
Yeah. So I think this is who will be the fifth turtle. I think Shang-Chi is the most appropriate one.
That looks really cool.
It was so much fun to make. So it's just a little clamshell goes right over a person. You pop their head off. It's in the flex, and it goes back over. I'm going to make a few other versions that are, what probably other people are thinking of, where it's that clamshell, the one in front and the one in back, maybe a little strap to hold them. But I
Yeah.
want something that was as tortoise as possible.
There you go. Everybody's got a Halloween costume now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
We're going to open up a 12th scale Halloween store.
White Vegeta says, got 3D filament printer for Christmas. Still just learning. What software do you recommend for introductory level modeling?
So very introductory, like learning the super basic ropes. Honestly, I learned it with Windows 3D Builder because it has some of the most basic tools where you're just seeing like how things happen as far as like subtract and removing like objects and overlapping them, merging them. And then once you start to understand the terminology, then you can move on to Blender's a free one. There's a few other ones, but that's the route I went. ZBrush is really good, but you have to pay for it. But it's very user intuitive. That said, I think most anything you can do in Blender. Well, Blender's like learning how to use like a TI-83 at times. It can be very complex, but if you set a goal of what you want to learn each day, then you can get your hands on it, because it's so many. It's like any skill, you have to learn the tools, and in Blender it's a lot of keyboard shortcuts, and I think that's similar in ZBrush. And once you get more familiar with that, you can really start really banging out some creations.
I'm just a simple man. I use Tinkercad because they're simple blocks and manipulate. And it's funny, like when you start watching like Tinkercad videos on YouTube and see what they do, just like simple, like the simplest like block or circle thing. Like, oh man, why didn't I think of that? And just like turn it into something like amazing. Like I've seen them make a trash can out of just like all the pieces that they have listed on there, which is crazy. It's just wild, like what you can do on there. Tinkercad is it's free web based program as well, so you can always log into it and it keeps all your files for you.
Awesome.
Dominic, I don't know if you have like any recommendations as well.
Well, I work on ZBrush. But as I always, I don't know, it's another advice. You can go YouTube and see different tutorials of different systems or programs. You can find Blender tutorials, ZBrush tutorials, AutoCAD, 3D Reno, a lot of different stuff, and you can see what is best for you, right? And what are you thinking going to sculpting? Because well, for me, when I buy ZBrush was because I decided to get into it this like a business, so I pay it. But if you want to learn, maybe Blender will be just for learning at the beginning because it's free, but has a lot of different options too, and you can find. I don't know. I learn a lot from YouTube. I always go and see how this guy make this hair so awesome, and he
Mhm.
has a different way to make it that I am. And you go to other video and the guy have another different way, so that's how you can learn because
I
you
love that
see
you said
this
the
one,
hair.
you see
I love that you
this.
bring up the hair because I think I spent it must have been 3 or 4 months down a rabbit hole of different ways of creating hair. And it's like, oh my gosh, and some of them are really amazing, but it's like, oh my gosh, it's such a hassle for then the machine to render or whatever else. And it's like, okay, I need to figure out what the right balance is here.
Yeah.
Definitely, guys. I, we've had a good time. I've had a good time, and Diamond, once again, I appreciate you coming on, hanging with us. I promoted your work on the podcast on Friday. Ryan loved the head sculpt. He said he was going to use it for Dum Dum Dugan. I think it's this one I sent him, the Jungle Leader. He's going to use him as Dum Dum Dugan for your shields, for your shield agents. Uh, you're amazing. For the people who don't know where to find you at, can you please tell them where to best find you?
Well, in Instagram you can find me as Donmanart. There is Donmanart Panama, Donmanart Mexico, but it's Donmanart Collectibles. Uh, that's another story to tell on other podcasts. But on Instagram, on in Patreon, you can find me as Don Monarch too, and you can get my files. Well, this is the last month that people can have all the files uh, because I changed my way to do Patreon. So this is the last month that they can have everything that I made before. From now, they just only will get a starter pack and the new designs month after month. So if they want to get everything, they can join today to get this month and the other months the new stuff, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
And
I
that's
save
truly,
that money. Get
yeah.
it, yes, get it in while you can.
I'm letting you know right
yeah.
now. I signed up for this man's Patreon, and it's worth the money. It's worth the money. I'm not gonna. I would not try to steer you wrong on this one. This one is worth it. Diamond is worth it.
Thank you very much. I'm
Yeah.
working on some new stuff, really cool stuff for April and next month. So
Ooh,
I hope you enjoy the new stuff that is coming.
I cannot wait, sir. I cannot wait. Um, let's see. I don't have anything else for this week. So join us on Friday for the Fin Equation episode. As always, every Friday, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. We go live. We'll be talking about G.I. Joe Hasbro panel this week. We'll be talking about going over a little bit more from the Hasbro Legends panels this week. Plus, since Toy Fair, NECA has dropped a lot of stuff. Trying to
A
think who
lot
else
of
is
turtles and Mezco
Turtles.
dropped their turtles.
Yes, this has been nothing but turtles.
Yep, March is going to be more turtles.
Oh Lord.
It's like it's fun. It's I love how we went from this drought and fight, like feeding frenzy, trying to get a hold of it, to like, huh, my credit card can't handle this, but it's going to.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's been a lot. It's been a lot out there. Uh but DJ, you got anything else before we dip out of
Um,
here?
no, I think covered it. thank you all again for tuning in. Thank you, Dom, of course, for being here and sharing us with about yourself. As great to see how you went from having to be in a position with being so parallel to what you love, and to then finally get out and be like, no, I just sculpt it and create it on my own. I think that is amazing. And but other than that, no, thank you all for tuning in. And hopefully, I've been working with Dante to try to figure out our best route, because we've been creating sorts of different little things. We have we call a Western weapon pack assortment. We have a future weapon assortment pack. I'm working on a Stone Age. I'm probably going to do like a Greek or Roman one after that. I have a funny one as well. That one I'm enjoying. But yes, and similar to as Dom had said, these were all a lot of the parts were inspired just by people's feedback. Like the Western one, someone was talking about they wanted like packs of cigarettes. So create packs of cigarettes, and then how was the step to make it further? And it's like, okay, well, I'll make the individual. I don't know if we can see it there in his hand. There's individual smokes, and the comes apart, and they're probably not going to fall out on me. They're all going to be wedged. But they're all in there. And this and more, hopefully, like I said, we'll soon have figured out to get them out to you and help expand and bring more of your dioramas to life.
Tyler says a copper age.
Yeah, see that.
Let's check into that one. See about doing a copper age. But Donman, thanks again for joining us. We'll have to have you back on again so we can have some good times again, and you'll get a little bit more in depth about what you got planned for some more good stuff on your Patreon.
Yeah,
but,
I'm overwhelmed, and that's just March.
Right. Exactly. I'm excited for March now, but I'm overwhelmed as well. But thank you, everybody. We will see you on Friday. Y'all have a safe week. Have a good time. Be safe and happy hunting to each and every one of you. And we'll talk to you later.